Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are looking at Andy Muridzo, popularly known as Baba Keketo. Andy Muridzo is a Zimbabwean Afrofusion artist and songwriter who rose to fame for his hit songs Derira and Shidaf Dunda. His full name is Kudzai Andrew Ngwenya and he was born on 18 June 1992 in Bulawayo, but he later on moved to Murewa where he grew up. Andy Muridzo is 30 years as of 2022. As for his education, Andy Muridzo is never mentioned which primary school or schools he attended, but it is a well-known fact that he went to the same high school as Japreza at Msani High School. On to how his musical career started, let me first start by explaining how he got his stage name Andy Muridzo. Andy is short for Andrew, and Muridzo is the name that he was given by his high school teacher because Andy used to whistle a lot when he was in school to express his excitement, so he got the nickname Mr. Muridzo, which he later on combined to say Andy Muridzo. Andy Muridzo's musical career began when he was in Form 2. That's when he started officially singing at school, but before that he was singing at church, and he was in the same church choir as Japreza, who later on went on to inspire and mentor him into his musical career. This is not the only singing experience that Andy Muridzo had. At one time he was a choir leader at church, and he was also singing in a separate traditional group in which he learned to sing traditional music, to play the mbira, as well as to do traditional dances. In an interview, Andy Muridzo reviewed how Japreza influenced and inspired him to adopt his musical style. He said he initially wanted to become a Zimdanso artist, but Japreza advised against it. Japreza is also the one who inspired Andy Muridzo to start writing his own music in 2013. Due to this close association between the two, Andy Muridzo has often been accused of being a copycat of Japreza. From my point of view, this is quite true. If you look at Andy Muridzo's earliest songs and musical videos, he emulated Japreza a lot, but it was only in the beginning. From there onwards, it marked a departure from Japreza, and Andy Muridzo made himself into a unique household name. At the beginning of his career, Andy Muridzo went on to form the Jitters Band, which was a 13-member band, but in 2019, 5 of those band members deserted him and went to form their own band because Andy Muridzo was paying low salaries. Up to date, Andy Muridzo has released about 5 albums, and some of those albums include Ngari Shambe, Tichambo Tendera, Pakubuda Kwarusuva, Shiri ya Mambo, Munondo, and some of his popular songs include Derira, Chidaf Dunda, Binoculars, Mutumbu Nyeketse, amongst many others. He has also had successful collaborations with the likes of Japreza, Soma Mtukudzi, Sunny Makalima, Gary Tite, Chamagel, Slizer, Trevor Dongo, amongst many others, and he even dreams of having a collaboration with the American rapper DJ Khaled. On to his love life, Andy Muridzo has an on and off relationship with Chipo Manyange, whom he refers to as My Keketo in some of his songs, and they also have 2 kids together, a girl aged 7 as of 2022 and a boy aged 4 as of 2022. These two separated a few years ago, but later on reunited as of 2021. As for his wood, Andy Muridzo anogara kubudiriro, and as for the cars that he drives, ane Benz, ane BMW, nekamwe kahonda so. Besides Chipo, whom he refers to as My Keketo, Andy Muridzo has dated other people. In 2019, after his first breakup with Chipo, Andy Muridzo went on to date Nyari Mukucha, whom he engaged to. Their relationship ended after Andy Muridzo was caught red-handed in a compromising position with one of his band members. He was caught by Nyari Mukusha's brother, who was then his band manager. After this, Andy Muridzo moved on to Tasha Green, who in March 2020 revealed that she was pregnant with Andy Muridzo's child, and that Andy Muridzo had promised to pay at least $4,000 in lobola, but this never happened, as in December 2020, Andy Muridzo had moved on with Kundai Moku. Kundai Moko revealed that she was deeply in love with Andy Muridzo and that they'd gotten tattoos of each other. She also revealed that they'd gotten engaged in December 2020 and that Andy Muridzo had promised to pay lobola for her in April 2021. Unfortunately, this never happened because Pet Chinani came into the picture and ruined their love life. This relationship ended in a dramatic way because, according to Kundai, it is alleged that Andy Muridzo left Kundai's house in Kambuzuma stating that he was going to Norton for a family meeting, only for Kundai to find out that he was cohabiting with Chinyani in Greendale. On the other hand, Faith Chingani denied being in a relationship with Andy Muridzo, and Andy Muridzo, commenting on the issue, stated that he had left Kunde's house in peace and he didn't want to reveal much detail about their separation. But as of 2021, it was revealed that Andy Muridzo and Mike Keketso were back together, only for their relationship to end 5 days after due to cheating allegations on Mike Keketso's side. These are not the only controversies of Andy Muridzo involving women, as in 2017 he also made headlines after it came out to the public that he was in a relationship with Beverly Sibanda, who claimed that she was 2 months pregnant for him. Andy Muridzo strenuously denied these allegations and went on to do a Facebook Live in which he admitted that yes, he was having an affair with Beverly Sibanda, but he denied the paternity of the aforesaid pregnancy. He stated that time had elapsed since the last date they did, so it couldn't possibly be his pregnancy. And true to his word, we never heard kuti nhumbi yaBev yacho yakazoenda kupi. In another controversy, Andy Muridzo was beaten up in January 2020 after being found relaxing in the company of a married woman. He stated that he didn't know that the woman by the name of Itai Hladla was married to her husband Leon Saranyika. So Mukomana akarowa, and his friend was there, Simba. He fled the scene, Ajisia Andy Ajirowa, and he went and called the police, who came later on to rescue him. These are just the controversies surrounding Andy Muridzo and women. There is more where that came from. In 2018, Andy Muridzo was arrested for an alleged hit and run. In March 2018, it was reported by some daily publications that Andy Muridzo had been involved in a hit and run accident in the CBD of an unspecified city, which I suppose is Harare. It is alleged that Baba Keketso didn't have a driver's license at the time and he was driving in the CBD when he ran over 3 vehicles, of which one of them was damaged beyond repair and the driver of that vehicle sustained some serious injuries. The second controversy surrounding Andy Muridzo comes from the fact that for the biggest part of his early musical career, he was accused of copying Jah Praise, and some people actually labeled him as a copycat. In his defense, Andy Muridzo vehemently denied being a copycat and said that he was only singing in a genre that Jah Praise had mastered, and he was also following in the footsteps of his mentor Jah Praise. Since he was Jah Praise's student, it was most likely that there were similarities between the two. The third controversy occurred during Andy Muridzo's time at Military Church Movement. In January 2017, Andy Muridzo signed up under Military Church Movement. It was the most sensible thing to do since Jah Praise was his mentor. It was like supporting his brother. But barely a year after, in March 2018, Andy Muridzo was already complaining that the contract was only benefiting Jah Praise and he was getting nothing out of the deal. Of all the artists that is signed up under the Military Church Movement record label, Andy Muridzo's exit was the most dramatic. Of all the artists that were there, this is the one we least expected to leave so early because these two were like brother with Jah Praise. But well, it turned out that Andy Muridzo was not happy there, and he is even quoted to say that he regretted ever signing up under the record label. Well, I guess business is business. Andy Muridzo had been signed up for 5 years at Military Church Movement, but his contract came to an end a year after and was officially terminated in March 2018. Controversy number 4 involves Andy Muridzo and his wife or baby mama Mike Keketso, with whom he has 2 children. After their separation a few years back, Mike Keketso had went on to live in South Africa and fend for herself and her children, only to receive a call from Andy Muridzo in 2021 asking for a reunion, and she came back to Zimbabwe. And it is alleged that they only stayed together for 5 days until Andy Muridzo found a message from his former manager by the name of Gift texting his wife, and it is also alleged that this Gift guy is the reason why they had separated in the first place. So it was rumored that these two had broken up again, but according to Andy Muridzo's interview in the Sunday Mail, he refuted these allegations and said there was no such in his marriage. Even from Chipo's interview with the H Metro in December 2021, she refuted these allegations and said that she had never cheated on Andy Muridzo. Yes, there was a message from Gift saying some obscenities, but these two had never dated each other. With that, we come to the end of the video. Thank you so much if you have stayed with us until this far. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And if you guys, there is an artist that you'd like me to profile, comment below and tell me their name, and whichever artist receives the many likes is the one I'm going to do next. See you in the next video.